Good morning. It's great to be back on Instagram Live. Each week we're going to be alternating now on a Wednesday at 10:30 between our business stories on LinkedIn Live and Instagram Live, talking to a variety of luxury thought leaders, so that more of a Q&A style, so that you can actually talk to them, interact, ask them the questions you'd like to know and learn about. This week, it's quite timely. Mental Health Awareness Week. The gyms are opening next Monday, May 17th, in full with the classes. So we're going to be talking to India Bailey. Now, she is a sort of fitness, wellness coach. She's also head of community and cycle at Core Collective, which is a boutique of sort of 3 luxury class-driven gyms here in London. India is going to be joining me very shortly so that we can ask her a few questions and see if we can pick up how excited everyone is that we'll be heading back into classes. More from being exercising at home. India, welcome. Oh my gosh, there you are.
We made it! Wow, I am so sorry. It was just not wanting me to sign in on my own personal account. So we're here, we're at Core Collective, and I've had to put myself outside. I think that's the best connection I have. So thank you for having me.
Well, welcome. I actually was saying to Georgia, who I'm going to bring in to ask a few questions soon, but that I do tend to, it's the wonders of live, isn't it? Like, you just got to run with it. It just depends how the Wi-Fi is going to be of a morning.
Exactly. I'm full bars and full connection. What have I done wrong now? But anyways, thank you for your patience. We made it.
Oh, no problem at all. No problem at all. Well, whilst you've been sort of trying to connect, I've actually sort of explained to everyone that the purpose of our sessions of a morning, Wednesday mornings, is to do a bit of a Q&A with various different people that are sort of experts in their field. And it seems quite timely because it's, Mental Health Awareness Week, and also the gyms are opening next week. So I've explained that, you're head of community and cycle there at Core Collective. So I just thought, do you think you could just tell us a little bit about your background for people that don't know you and what your role is there at Core Collective?
Yeah, absolutely. So I came to London almost 5 years ago, which seems pretty crazy now looking back. But I have my first sort of experience teaching in a gym. So it's been sort of my one and only location in London. And I started out as a spin instructor here at Core Collective, and then I slowly kind of progressed through. I have a major passion for creating experiences and development with trainers. So I was able to take on the responsibility of head of cycle, and that was kind of happening simultaneous to me working at Soho House. I used to run all the events at Soho House. Again, that kind of falls in line with me loving to create experiences for people and bringing people together, bringing communities together. And so I was just kind of like, maybe it's time to trade in the martinis for green juices. So I came and joined Core Collective full time as sort of head of community and cycle. So I do everything from, our photo shoots to developing the team, presentation, how people present themselves, how they speak, how they interact with clients, all the onboarding, bringing everybody together, as well as sort of staff and community events as well. So bringing in sort of that event aspect into our sites. So yeah.
You know what? I've actually seen a lot of you and your instructors all just really working at keeping people engaged from home over the last little while. But it must be exciting that the gyms are sort of opening in full. The classes are coming back next Monday. So what's the vibe?
What's the vibe? I just think we just cannot wait to have IRL experiences. I think as instructors, one of the most sort of the reasons why we are instructors is to experience that energy and experience sort of those little cues firsthand, the environment, the development, and seeing that not through a screen is actually one of the most rewarding things. So I think it's been a nice experience, potentially upskilling experience for us doing it over the screens, but I think we're just can't wait to get the vibes up, the energy up, and I think everybody's very much keen to get back to normal life.
Yeah, absolutely. I think there's something about just picking up on the vibe of each other, isn't it?
Yeah.
In person. And so I imagine you've probably been preparing a lot of things behind the scenes for your team. And I was looking actually on your site, so you've got these sort of concepts of sweat, strength, sculpt, recover.
Yeah.
So can you explain a little bit about the concept there at Core Collective and sort of the classes that people can look forward to?
Yeah, absolutely. I think during lockdown, we took the time to reassess, what our brand was saying, what we were doing, and what our organization was in terms of our class categories, and also just anybody coming into our doors for the very first time. How are they interacting with us? How are they experiencing it? And so we wanted to subdivide our classes into, like you say, strength, sweat, sculpt, and recover. So we have sort of more high intensity workouts, more cardio based, which would fall under sweats. Then we have our sort of strength, more resistances, dumbbells, kettlebells, you name it, that fall under strength. But also some things like power yoga. And people are like, well, where does that really fall? Because yoga is usually Zen, but there's all those aspects to the workout that, build strength. And so we want to sort of incorporate that into our categories. We have sculpt bands, we have TRX, which would fall under sculpt, and then we also have recover, so like yin yoga and stretch. It kind of helps everybody, guide them through their weekly fitness routine and to ensure that they're actually targeting all these different aspects of fitness. So yeah.
Yeah, well, I think it's nice, isn't it? You can also, it's a bit of a variety for everyone. You can sort of strength or sculpt, pick a few to do throughout the week.
Exactly, and it never gets boring. There's so many options. We offer so many different classes, so there's something for everyone, which is great.
Yeah, and I think I know the answer to this one, but when I think about your most popular class or your favourite classes, I presume you're actually going to say cycle.
I mean, it's a lot of fun. So I think, if people are maybe had a night out or something the night before, it's an easy one to kind of go into because it's dark lights and loud music, and you kind of maybe feel like you're continuing the party. But it's a lot of fun, and it's high endorphins and the energy is kind of incomparable. But again, that's my personal experience, and everybody has their own, so.
Yeah. Well, I must say I hear a lot about it because obviously we've got Georgia here is one of your cyclists. And she's been actually, gathering some questions from everyone because I thought, the key is everyone can ask questions. It's really great for them to interact. So I just thought I'm going to get Georgia to sort of take us through some questions, and I'll keep an eye on the screen too. So if new ones come in, we might put you on the spot a bit, but I'm sure that you'll be able to
quick fire for you.
Yeah, ask away.
So, question number 1, how do your classes work? Are they individual classes or do we offer membership?
So we actually do have our membership options, and you can also do drop-ins if you're getting a little tour in the background. We also do drop-ins, so it's totally up to you if you want to kind of give it a couple goes and test some of our classes under those 4 categories, then definitely do that. But we do have membership options as well. So it's kind of, however you want to commit basically, but our membership options are really great. So definitely check out the website.
Amazing. Question number 2. I am terrified of how unfit I am. Which CC classes should I start with to regain my strength?
I think it depends on what you're most comfortable doing. Obviously, there's some people that are more yang, like myself, and there's some people that are more yin that like to sort of relax into it. I think sort of like a power yoga is great. A sculpt bands is really, really fun as well. Something sort of lower impact and where you can kind of take your own time with it and don't feel pressure by potential competition around you. It's just more focusing on yourself and what works for you. From a cardio standpoint, if you do want to do a cycle class, remember that it is super dark. No one's no one's looking at you. You can kind of sit in the back, do your own thing, and just kind of vibe out as well. And it's just a great stress release. So
highly recommend.
Yes.
Do you have any exciting collaborations or partnerships in place at the moment?
We do have some exciting partnerships that we have at the moment. We are working with Soho House, so we are operating some of our most popular classes in locations around London, which is really exciting. I'm off to do my first bodyweight HIIT classes at Farmhouse this weekend. It's funny because for me, it's kind of come full circle. I'm like, But yeah, so if you are a Soho House member, you can check us out at all of those locations. So definitely stay tuned. In terms of, we're kind of working on our events program at the minute, kind of be launching June, July, based on obviously COVID restrictions and everything like that. But there's this company called Not Dead Yet, which is LGBTQ, and we're going to be doing some really fun events with them, sort of in studio in our cycle classes, but also sort of more relaxed, maybe painting with yoga and fun things like that we can get our community involved in. So yeah.
Look forward to.
Yeah.
Okay, and finally, which is a perfect way to end considering it's Mental Health Week, someone has asked, what are your thoughts on exercise and mental health?
Well, I can only speak to my personal experience in that I'm not very good at staying still. I've tried meditation, I've tried breath work. It takes a lot of my energy to stay still. That is a great challenge. It's something that I can become better at. But for me, it's a way to spend time with yourself for 45 minutes to release any kind of energy, to be aware and present about what's happening for you internally. For me, that's where cycle really steps in and takes over. And it's rare that we're having that sort of real time to ourselves for 45 minutes. So yes, we're working out physically and sweating it out, but we're also taking that time for our minds. So you can be mindful of how that impacts you. So bringing in sort of little bits and letting go of the stuff that you don't want and coming out a little lighter is always a feeling that I sort of feel after our classes. So yeah.
For sure. We've just seen an interesting one come in actually. Can you book out a class for a group of mates or work team building day?
Yeah, so we do. Yeah, so we definitely do some private classes depending on what the experience is. We do have sort of off-peak times where the gym isn't being utilized. So we have done some pretty exciting events and also team builds as well. So if you are interested in making this happen, then just shoot us an email and sort of put your requirements through, and we can look at what trainer might be interested, and we can kind of look towards that as well. So. Yeah, always open to opportunities.
Great. Cool. Is there any more? I think that was it for now.
That's it. Okay.
Yeah. Is there anything else you want to sort of talk about for next week? Anything else you want to let anyone else know?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just an exciting time to come back, be stronger, kind of take whatever you've learned during this time. And I feel so much more, appreciative of having our community here at Core Collective, and especially those that have kind of stood by us through the times where we weren't IRL and over the screen and the Zoom links and the, digital issues that you've just experienced here. But, I think it just brings us so much closer together. And I think it's, that community and communal feeling towards stronger together is something that Core Collective really embodies. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. And anybody who has any questions, community events, I think somebody asked a question. Yes, so we are looking towards doing those. They're called CC Society. This is to answer the question with regards to CC community events. It's called CC Society. So we've in the past done, a cycle class with a healthy cocktail making workshop or vision boarding or you name it. And it's a great opportunity to bring people together. So if anybody has any ideas or questions or wants to get involved, shoot us a message. And yeah. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you very much for joining us. And hopefully we'll be able to actually see, we'll come down and do some classes next week, and we'll hopefully get you back on again, and you can give us an update once everything's back open and people are back in the gym again.
Absolutely. Yeah. Fantastic. Sounds great. Thank you so much, Gemma. Thank you, Georgia.
Thank you.
I'll see you guys soon. Bye.
Good luck. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.